Websites like Google Earth let you explore many marvels that the world has to offer from the comfort of your own home. But when you put a program like this in enough hands, soon enough you'll have people pointing out that the world isn't just full of beautiful and breathtaking sights. In fact, some of them are downright disturbing. Here are the 10 creepiest places on Google Earth. Number 10 is Blood Lake. This sinister-looking crimson-red colored lake is called Lago Vermelho. Located just outside of Sadr City, a suburb district of Baghdad in Iraq, it garnered a fair share of macabre speculation when it was first noticed in 2007. According to information received from one source, there are a number of slaughterhouses surrounding the lake. Others have suggested that the area is cursed because of all of the war that has occurred there over the years. No one has offered an official explanation, but when viewing the lake on Google Earth today, the water has returned back to a normal color, leaving the blood red lake to remain one of Google Earth's many mysteries. Number 9 is Phantom Island. There's a mysterious island that exists only as a faint outline on Google Earth, known as Sandy Island, and it has experts baffled to this day. It was first charted back in September 15th of 1774 by Captain James Cook as being located in the eastern Coral Sea off northeast coast of Australia. In 1876, a whaling ship also reported the island, and it was noted on several maps in the 19th century. In time, sea charts began amending these maps, placing the letters ED next to the island, which means existence doubtful. The official undiscovery came in 2012 when Australian scientists failed to find Sandy Island. On November 26, 2012, Google removed the island from Google Maps. However, a visible rise from the seabed still exists on Google Earth, and no official explanation exists explaining this phenomenon. Number 8 is Airplane Graveyard. Since World War I, achieving and maintaining air superiority has been considered essential for victory in conventional warfare. With their superior speed and maneuverability, military aircraft are the staple of armies throughout the world. Their history and evolution is one filled with secrets, victories, and of course many failures. The Davis-Monthan Air Force Base outside of Tucson, Arizona is where old planes go to die. Chosen for its arid climate, which slows the plane's degradation, it's home to a huge variety of retired aerospace vehicles, nearly 5,000 of them to be exact. Many of them are nuclear capable, retired as a result of arms reduction treaties throughout the years. You can spot everything from B-52s to B-1s and F-111s that once carried nuclear arms to more recent additions like F-14 Tomcats, which were retired for good in 2006. Number 7 is Scientology Base. A satellite view of New Mexico shows two mysterious interlocking circles with diamond shapes in the middle of them. They're thought to be the marker of Scientology followers to find their way back from the farthest corner of the universe. Known as Trementina Base, it is allegedly the spot where the writings and archives of L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of the movement, are preserved for eternity inside titanium capsules. The compound has only been opened to a non-Scientology member once on record. Tim Gallegos, ex-police chief of the Las Vegas, New Mexico Sheriff's Department, was given a tour of the vault by church officials in the late 1990s. Gallegos said that he didn't see any signs of doing wrong, but noted his visit was planned, making it easy for the officials to only show what they wanted to. Number 6 is cryptic markings in the Gobi Desert. An array of mysterious structures and patterns etched into the surface of China's Gobi Desert have sparked speculation from both fringe and mainstream media. Some have suggested that they might be Chinese weapons testing sites. Others have suggested that they are street maps of Washington, D.C. and New York City. Others still believe them to be messages to or from aliens. The 19.8 meter wide white lines that make up these cryptic markings appear to be made of some sort of reflective metal. But Jonathan Hill, a research technician, observed that the lines have gaps in them, and they are not perfectly filled in with lots of little streaks and uneven coverage. He thinks it's safe to say that it's just some sort of paint being used as a spy satellite collaboration target. However, no official explanation exists. Number 5 is Russia's icy Jeanette Island is censored. If you navigate to the East Siberian Sea using Google Earth, you'll notice a landmass that appears only as a black smudge known as Jeanette Island. Its history is a confusing one, as it was first discovered in 1881 during an expedition led by American Navy officer and explorer George DeLong, and thus has been claimed as American territory. However, following the Imperial Russian Arctic Ocean Hydrographic Expedition of 1910, Russia publicly announced that Jeanette was part of the Russian Federation. Administratively speaking, the island now belongs to the Sakha Republic of the Russian Federation, and the states have never publicly disputed this claim. Many conspiracy theorists have suggested that this is an ideal location for a secret Russian military base, as it is relatively close to Canada and the US. Number 4 is a deserted island with a shipwreck. Located between the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea, east of India and west of the countries of Myanmar and Thailand, North Sentinel Island is one of the least developed islands in the world, but is home to an indigenous tribe known as the Sentinelese. In August of 1981, a cargo ship ran around on a coastal reef at the northern tip of the island. After a few nights waiting for rescue, the crew was overjoyed when they spotted men running towards them from the island. Their joy quickly, however, turned to terror when they noticed these men were armed with spears, bows, and arrows. Eventually, the crew was airlifted to safety, but the boat was left behind and the shipwreck lies there to date. The Sentinelese people remain virtually untouched by any civilization still today. Number 3 is the Myrtles Plantation. Built between 1796 and 1797, Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana, was originally called Laurel Grove. Its claim to scare fame is that it's built on an ancient Indian burial ground. It's said to be home to 12 ghosts, as around a dozen people have had their lives taken while there. One of the most famous ghosts spotted at the Myrtles is Chloe, a slave girl who accidentally poisoned one of the original families that lived there. Supposedly, Chloe's plan had been to put just enough oleander into a birthday cake to make them ill so that she could nurse them back to health, and thus win over the family's trust. The house is open to the public and available for bookings as an inn, even though it retains its reputation as one of the most haunted locations in America. Number 2 is the Devil's Face. There's only one city in North America ever to be completely destroyed as an act of war. In 1864, General Sherman burned Atlanta, Georgia to the ground. It was eventually reborn, grew larger and evolved, becoming home to the world's busiest airport and an increasingly international population. It ranks as one of the most religious places in the United States, so imagine the fear and outrage when one day an internet fan discovered what looked like a giant face of Satan using Google Earth in the woodlands near the famous city. Beelzebub's portrait has been spotted in famous paintings, sewage treatment pools, internet forum posts, and other random places, but never before in a satellite image. People quickly modified the terrain, literally erasing this face from the Earth itself. And number 1 is the Pentagram of Kazakhstan. Some perceive the pentagram as a symbol of the occult, and it's still widely used during magic practices and ceremonies. It can be found in the official logo of the Church of Satan, where it encloses the head of a goat. Keeping this in mind, it's a bit troubling to know that a giant inverted pentagram with a diameter of over 360 meters is easily spotted when taking an aerial view of a field in Kazakhstan, about 19 kilometers west of Lyoskovik. Was it the scene of some ancient grand ritual or ceremony? It turns out it's actually the outline of a park created not so long ago, back in the days of the Soviet Union, which has long since been abandoned. According to archaeologist Emma Usmanova, the Soviets commonly used the shape as decoration. But is it simply a decoration, or is it something much more sinister? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Thank you to everyone for subscribing to my channel, and a special thanks to all of my channel members, especially the ones you see on screen right now. All of you help keep my channel going. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.